Hi everybody, I'm Jack Jinseki, and joining me today is Vi.
Hello there. I'm Viola Santiago. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, you do you prefer Vi or Viola?
Vi is what people usually call me, but if you want to refer me to my full name, it's Viola.
Okay.
And Vi is perfectly fine.
In that case, I'll go with Vi. Uh, so, what kind of content do you like to make?
Usually variety, so games, any games that I can get my hands on, Minecraft, Roblox, Valorant, and sometimes cover songs. I sing a bit too much.
Oh, what do you like to sing?
Oh, that's a hard one to answer. Usually Laufey. If anything not lo-fi, Grant Perez, so ballads mainly,
Hmm.
like slow songs. But if you want me to sing a pop song, I can always try.
Nice. Do you have a favorite?
Yes, currently Valentine by Lo-Fi is my
Nice.
absolute darling.
So, what made you want to be a VTuber?
Well, actually, I just wanted to stream, but VTubing came around, and as someone that didn't like to show my face that much, VTubing was a way to kind of express myself without people seeing my actual face.
Hmm.
So that's how VTubing kind of started for me. So
Nice.
yeah.
And what was the process for creating your character?
Well, actually, this character is pre-made, so it didn't really have much of a process for it.
Hmm.
Kind of just went through a few hundred pages to find her.
Is there anything about this model that you feel kind of vibes with you?
Oh, her mic. She has a toggable mic, and I absolutely love it.
Nice. Uh, did you create any lore for this character? Or?
This current character doesn't have any lore, but I'm in the process of making it because it's just going to be really simple lore, just a singer, I guess,
Yeah,
basically.
nice. What is your favorite accomplishment of your channel so far?
Oh, my favorite would be people telling me that I became their comfort streamer for like when they want to sleep or something. They usually come to my streams most of the time, so that's one of my favorite accomplishments to have done up after streaming for so long.
I will say it doesn't surprise me in the least. You have a very nice voice.
Thank you very much.
So, what has been the biggest change to your channel since you started VTubing?
Oh, biggest change. So I started PNG tubing at first. Then when VTubing came around, it was much easier to do expressive stuff. So I became, instead of the stoic face behind the camera, I
Hmm.
try to smile a lot more when I'm VTubing. So yeah.
What was your first PNG tuber like?
Oh, my first PNG tuber was based off me in real
Hmm.
life.
Ah.
One of my friends created it.
Oh, nice. I'm curious. How did you go about rigging it? Did you just use?
Oh, at that point of time, they introduced Fujitech to me, so I just used
Hmm.
it. Yeah, I think it was like the most common PNG thing to use, so I just took it and went for it.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure it still is.
Definitely.
Oh boy. So, what do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
Oh, I actually never really thought about that because when I first started VTubing, well, streaming in general, it was just to be a comfort to people. So I think I kind of accomplished that already.
Hmm.
Currently, maybe to earn a bit of cash because I mean, we all need some money in this economy right now, don't we?
Absolutely. Uh, so, who is a VTuber that you'd love to talk to? And do you have anything that you would like to ask them?
Mm, I don't really think there's any VTuber I like to talk to. Actually, maybe Iron Mouse.
Hmm.
Because Iron Mouse has been one of the reasons that I started liking VTubers so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be nice to know her thought process about VTubing. So, kind of would like to ask her, how do you do interviews? How do you get to know more people?
Mm.
It's not that easy for an introverted person for me.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir. Uh, so, it's your ideal stream. Who are you inviting on?
I hate to be cheesy, but actually, my boyfriend.
Ah,
Yeah.
very nice. Do you know what would happen on your ideal stream?
Um, Actually, currently we're just playing dual games, but if anything, ideally, I'd sing and
Mm-hmm.
play games. So that would be one thing. Another would be just any dual games that we can find, as long
Nice.
as it's not expensive.
uh, do you have any advice for someone who wants to be an entertainer?
Mm, my advice is honestly just start out, try,
Mm.
see if it will suit you. Know how to talk to people, know that you're interacting with actual chatters and not bots, because some people think that's actually bots, but it's actual chatters, trust me. So, yeah, just try it out. If it doesn't suit you, you can always quit.
I think that one of the most interesting developments of the modern internet is that you have to basically prove that you're a human being.
Yes, yes, it's stupid, but modern technology, AI, things are happening so quick these days.
Oh, it's craziness. I
Hmm.
I shudder to think what's going to happen in the next 5 years or so.
Oh, imagine.
So, what was your gateway anime, and what drew you to it?
Um, I think my gateway anime when I was younger was called Kiss Him Not Me. It was about this girl that fantasized about boys' loves, and she was deemed as the unpopular ugly girl,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden she became a beautiful swan. And as someone that doesn't really like her own self appearance, it kind of told me that, oh, I shouldn't give a.
Hmm.
I don't think I should, sorry, but essentially, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, that's a great attitude to go into it with.
For real.
The thing that I hear most commonly amongst people who like have the great stage presence in VTubing is
Hmm.
there's just sort of there's a point where it clicks with them that they don't have to worry about what other people think.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been told that before, and I think maybe because when I was younger, I was bullied a lot for my looks. I kind of maintained the don't give a fuck attitude when I grew older, because honestly, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
You're just being you.
of course.
Hmm.
So, uh, if you could go to an anime convention tomorrow and you had an unlimited budget, whom would you cosplay as?
Unlimited, you say?
Yes.
Probably myself. I'm joking. Um, if anything, I would cosplay Belle from the movie Belle, the singer Avatar.
Hmm.
She's kind of one of the reasons why I like that movie so much, because it's all about singing, and oh, I love her red dress. It's so pretty. So I would really love to cosplay as her someday.
Nice. Which game did you have the most fun playing on stream?
Valorant.
Hmm. Any particular reason why?
Well, as someone with this type of voice, some people will be surprised to hear me or to know my age. And, sometimes it develops funny clips, and some people think I'm a man. And, you're just gonna have to live with it, and you're just gonna, well, tease them more.
See, that I think is a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, you got a deep voice, and so it sounds like." I think that having a deep voice is a really positive attribute for a woman to have because it has like it it's really nice. I don't know. I'm being silly.
Um, no worries. I mean, technically, I won't disagree. As someone that has lived with a deep voice for so long, well, some people will be really surprised to hear your voice, especially if they're a stranger on the internet.
Hmm.
You're just gonna have to tease them a bit more, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
they will come around.
So, are there any games you're looking forward to?
Oh, I forgot this game name, but it was introduced to me by a friend. I played the demo, and it's already so fun. So I really can't wait for it to come out. I think, from what I remember, it's called Artis,
Mm-hmm.
Artis, and honestly, it's so good.
Hmm.
It was already so fun to play the demo, so can't wait for it.
Hmm. Okay, so hypothetical scenario: your friends just dropped in to play video games. What are you playing?
What are we playing? Marvel Rivals.
Nice. And do you have a favorite character you play as?
Actually, I don't play Marvel Rivals. I I usually just watch. If I were to play as anything, Jeff.
Hmm.
Jeff the Shag. Oh, adorable. Absolutely adorable.
I I played Marvel Rivals for the first time a few weeks ago, and I go into it with zero experience in like the multiplayer co-op genre. People are like, "Oh, well, it's just like Overwatch or something like that," and I'm like, "I've never played Overwatch."
Well, I would agree with you. I went into Valorant knowing nothing. And
Hmm.
then my friends are like, "You just have to play it, it's fun." I'm like, "I don't know what to do with it."
Oh,
Hmm.
I sympathize. Okay. So, this is the portion where I like to ask the more random questions. Which do you prefer, Elvis or the Beatles?
Oh, Beatles.
Hmm.
Especially that song called Yesterday. It was one of
That's a
my
good one.
first songs I've ever performed on stage with
Hmm.
some of my friends in school, and it brings a lot of memories.
Hmm. It is a fantastic song.
Yes.
So, you're on a boat with friends. What artist are you listening to?
Hands down, Laufey.
Hmm.
Laufey or Grant Perez.
Hmm.
They're one of my favorite artists, and honestly, their songs just hit so well.
Nice. What's a movie you can pick up in the middle and watch to the end?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with Cruella.
Hmm.
Because I love fashion, and
Hmm.
Cruella was one of the fashion icons that I could watch when it first came out, and I absolutely died to just like watch it again and again and again. Oh, my friends call me a fanatic over it. I'm like, I don't care. It's good.
Nice. Uh, would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
Probably not. It's not that easy in real life. Maybe online. Online would be a bit easier. It's
Hmm.
just in real life, sometimes you're just a little bit more nervous. You don't know how they would be like, and online sometimes they just have like everything written down there about me. So, I mean, it's easier online.
I'm I'm one of those people who, like, in a public scenario, will imagine himself doing like a really good thing for another person and then just not do it because I'm too shy. I'm too shy. I can't help it.
That is very valid. Well, I mean, as a child, I used to help a lot of people because, I mean, as a child, you kind of had faint innocence. People just believe anything you do.
Hmm.
And then as an adult, people are like, who the hell are you? Why are you helping me? So,
Uh, so, uh, which do you prefer, chess or poker?
neither. I don't play. Yeah.
uh, what do you have a favorite board game?
I don't. Okay, maybe Monopoly. Monopoly's pretty fun. It's one of like the oldest childhood games,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think that's it. Only Monopoly. I've only ever played Monopoly, which is kind of sad.
It's not kind of sad. It used to be my favorite game as a kid, except nobody wanted to play it, so I was a little kid playing Monopoly by myself, making deliberately bad trades so that I could end the game faster.
That was me as well because no one really played it in the household.
uh, Tragically, that game is banned from my family today because it caused too many fights.
Oh well, seems like it's a good decision. No more fights.
So, which do you prefer, a home cooked meal or restaurant?
Oh, both sounds good. If anything, I'll go home cooked.
Hmm.
I prefer to cook at home in this economy to go out to eat. It's like it's a luxury, honestly.
Yes. And do you have a what's your favorite thing that you ever cooked yourself?
Oh, there's so many. For one, I've handmade dumplings since I was 13, and it's
Well,
been my favorite thing. So, um, pan fried dumplings, and the best of all is shin ramen with prawn paste crab sticks, some veggies, and cheese tofu.
wow. I've
A little bit much, but
well,
it's so good.
it's your favorite thing. It's supposed to be a little much. Uh, so, do you have a silly accident, or did you have ever have a silly accident that makes you laugh in retrospect?
Oh, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. Maybe in Valorant,
Hmm.
actually, because in Valorant there's like a timing to buy the necessary weapons for the game,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize this, and I brought myself a gun that I don't know how to use at all, but I ended up getting a 5 kill with it. So it was really funny for me and my friends, especially because I was so new to the game. They were like, "Are you sure you've never played this game before?" I tell them absolutely. I have no idea how to play the game. So it's a little funny accident. Things happen.
Yeah. So, what would your ideal vacation look like?
Oh, I actually recently kind of had it. um, Ideal vacation is actually so two ideal locations. One is to New Zealand,
Mm-hmm.
well, kind of going back and going to a resort with barely any internet and just living there for maybe 1 to 2 weeks and going down to the beach.
Hmm.
Another would be going to Taiwan. I miss that place like crazy.
Hmm.
The hostels there are honestly insanely pretty. That was one I stayed at, and it had this land full of just coffee bean plantations. Oh, fresh coffee every day. I miss that. It
Wow.
was, yeah, so these would be my dream vacations, just going back and appreciating the people that were there. It's just a nice little touch.
I have to give you credit. You've certainly given the most unique answers I've ever heard on that question. Taiwan and New Zealand. I've never heard those respond. That's really interesting. I like that.
Well, a lot of people would say Japan or
Yes.
Korea, but that's the thing. Japan and Korea, they're always on the internet. You know so much about them. They're all over the world. Every
Hmm.
snack, everything that you can think of. There's like boksu or like some other things that are like promotional for Japan. And, it kind of gets sickening.
Mm.
You have to go somewhere new. New Zealand is a place that you know for actually nature and all their animals,
Hmm.
while Taiwan is known for their fast paced life and their night markets.
Mm.
So, usually, holidays there would be a bit more crazier, new experience. You don't want to go back to the old, simple life. Japan and Korea, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
It's a bit overhyped.
So you've been to those places before?
I have not,
No.
but personally, having seen so many people go for it, I feel like, you need a new place. And
Yeah.
honestly, if you go online, you can search so many things about the two places.
Hmm.
And they have so many brands around the world, it kind of makes no sense to actually go there for me.
So you're more interested in exploring something that you don't necessarily know everything about already.
Yeah, I mean, you can find them online, but sometimes the experience is more needed.
Hmm. So, it, hypothetical scenario: you find $20 in the street. What do you buy with it?
Food. Food. I'm I love to eat true and true, and like with my current financial situation, I kind of need a bit more money for food.
Hmm.
So if I ever find $20, watch me go eat a feast.
And so, what do you eat?
Oh, the best would be burgers and fries, because there's this one near the house
Hmm.
near where I live, and it has free flow soda and fries, and I would go for it anytime I can. Their
Nice.
burgers are just a bit expensive, so $20 is enough.
Hmm. Okay. If you were on a game show, what would your dream prize be?
Dream prize? Hmm. Honestly, a blank check to write any amount of money I want.
So you're going on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire then?
Yeah, most likely.
uh, if you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
Tomorrow, art.
Hmm.
So, a passion for art, arts and craft, anything. I just like to draw, but I don't really draw that well.
I I sympathize with that completely. I've I've always been a little bit envious of artists myself.
Yeah, it's kind of sad
Hmm.
sometimes when you can't really draw what you want.
Hmm. So, if you could talk to a historical figure from any point in history, who would it be?
Mm, maybe Queen Victoria or Queen Elizabeth I.
Hmm.
Strong ladies who led an entire empire.
Hmm.
It seems like a good thing to talk to them about. You know what their lives have been about and like how they dictate what they do as like the most powerful country's queen. That
Hmm.
would be insane to even do. Like the amount of work they have to go through. You kind of have to just admire them for what they've done.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Oh, what's what's a TV show you felt deserved another season?
Mm, Actually, I don't really know many TV shows. I
It,
spent a lot of my time reading as a child, so I don't really watch TV shows.
okay,
Um,
then let me ask a different question then.
mhm.
Since you like to read, what's a book series you felt deserved another book?
Current one is called Doctor Elise. It's actually a Korean comic, and honestly, the novels of it is so good. But it needs another season. I want to know what it would be like if they had the reincarnation thing. Oh, I would rave that book to anyone.
So what is that book about?
Dr. Elise is about this one young girl who got into a plane accident and reincarnated as her past life, where she was deemed to be a rotten brat princess. But
Hmm.
she changed her life around and did medical school again in the historical phase of the world, and she helped multiple people. She is actually, I think, cross referenced or inspired by the Lady of the Lamp. A
Hmm.
very Lady of the Lamp was, oh, I forgot the full story of it, but she was a lady that helped during the World War,
Mm-hmm.
who served every night, who walked around with a lamp, checking on every soldier, every injured person, no matter how dangerous or how sick they were.
Hmm.
And she was deemed Lady of the Lamp because she walked around at night with the lamp to check on people. And she is the founder of modern nursing, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, it kind of it's a really good book to read upon, and you kind of learn more about the history of the world as long as you read it.
Hmm. That's pretty interesting. So, do you collect anything?
Actually, well, I currently collect a lot of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually make jewelry myself, but some people's jewelries are so much more detailed and so much better,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of just want to collect it. If anything else, I'd collect soft toys. I actually donated a bunch of them to a children's shelter because I couldn't really keep most of them. I mean,
Hmm.
they were precious, but I would rather help people.
Well, that's a good thing because now they were a meaningful part of your life, and now they'll be a meaningful part of someone else's life.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. And my final question of the evening: what smell reminds you of home?
Lavenders. Um, I grew up obsessed with the scent of lavender, and it has been in part of my daily life. That's one of the scents. Another scent is actually a perfume that was made by someone. I don't really remember the name,
Mm-hmm.
but from what I remember, it's called Pure. It's this musky floral scent, and it it's honestly really nice to smell. And sometimes it just reminds me of going back into the flower fields.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it feels like home. Peace.
So you spent a lot of time in around flowers growing up.
Yeah, actually, a lot of time with flowers. It was a really nice time.
Hmm. Do you have any favorite flowers?
Lavenders,
Oh,
indigos, violets.
nice,
A lot of purple flowers, but I grew up around them a lot, and lavenders has been my favorite ever since young.
nice. Well, that's all the questions I have for you for now. But thank you very much for doing this interview. I do appreciate it.
And thank you for interviewing me.
And if you want to see more content from Viola Santiago, you can find links to her various socials in the description, including to her Twitch page. So be sure to check that out.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm going to try and post them in the side chat because for whatever reason, the descriptions for YouTube don't allow you to post links, but the side chat does.
Um, it usually should. It just takes a bit of time
Yeah.
because it took me like 2 months to be able to start posting links in the descriptions, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've been doing this for like 6 months or more than 6 months now, and I still haven't.
YouTube's being an ass to you.
Yeah, YouTube is not being very nice. But what I do instead is I take the one of the periods out of the whole link, and that it's no longer a hyperlink in the description, but it is still basically the whole thing if you replace a space with a period. It's annoying, but there you go.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you very much for coming out. And I was your host, Jack Jinseki, and joining me today was Viola Santiago. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again.
Bye. Bye bye.
Goodbye.